Alright, let's talk about something that gets a lot of BMW fans excited every single time a new version is rumored, the 2026 BMW M4. And honestly, if you followed the M4 story over the years, this next chapter feels like BMW really dialing in everything they've learned so far. From the outside, the 2026 M4 is expected to look instantly familiar, but more confident and more refined. BMW isn't trying to reinvent the M4's personality here, they're sharpening it. The stance looks wider, lower, and more planted, like the car is already ready to launch even when it's parked. The front end is expected to feel cleaner and more aggressive at the same time, with slimmer lighting and a more sculpted look that feels purposeful instead of overstyled. It still looks like an M car first and foremost, muscular, bold, and unapologetic. From the side, the M4 keeps that classic coupe silhouette, but with sharper lines and more definition in the bodywork. Everything feels tighter, more athletic, like the car has been hitting the gym but also working on its form. The rear is where BMW usually makes a strong statement, and the 2026 version looks like it's leaning into that with a wider presence, more sculpted surfaces, and a design that makes the car look fast even when it's standing still. Now let's talk about what really matters in an M car, the engine and how it feels. BMW is expected to stick with a high-performance setup that delivers strong, immediate power without losing that emotional connection M cars are known for. The 2026 M4 isn't about being flashy on paper, it's about how the power comes on, how the car responds when you press the throttle, and how confident it feels at speed. Acceleration is expected to be brutal, but controlled. This is the kind of car that feels just as comfortable cruising on the highway as it does attacking a back road. What really sets the M4 apart is how it blends raw performance with everyday usability. The suspension tuning, steering feel, and driving modes are expected to be even more refined for 2026. You can dial the car down for daily driving or turn everything up when you want that full M experience. It's not just fast, it's adaptable, and that's a big part of why the M4 continues to be so popular. Inside, the 2026 M4 looks like it's taking a big step forward in terms of refinement without losing its sporty edge. The cabin is expected to feel more driver-focused, with everything angled toward the person behind the wheel. Materials feel premium, solid, and purposeful, not flashy for the sake of it. The seats are supportive but comfortable, designed to hold you in place during spirited driving without making long trips tiring. Technology is more integrated, cleaner, and easier to use. Instead of overwhelming you, it feels like it's there to support the driving experience. Displays are sharper, controls feel more intuitive, and the overall layout feels modern without distracting from what the car is really about driving. BMW seems to be focusing on making the interior feel like a true performance cockpit, not just a luxury space with sporty badges. One thing BMW continues to do well is making sure M cars don't feel too extreme for real life. The 2026 M4 is expected to be more comfortable than before, quieter when you want it to be, and more composed over longer drives. That balance between performance and comfort is what makes the M4 special. It's a car you can enjoy every day, not just on weekends. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 M4 will likely sit where you'd expect for a high-performance luxury coupe. It won't be cheap, but for what it offers, performance, technology, brand heritage, and daily usability, it continues to make a strong case for itself. BMW knows exactly who this car is for, and it's aimed at drivers who want something thrilling without going full supercar. Comparing it to past M4 models, the 2026 version feels like the most complete one yet. Earlier generations focused heavily on performance and aggression, sometimes at the expense of refinement. Over time, BMW has smoothed out those rough edges, and now the M4 feels more mature without losing its attitude. It's faster, smarter, more comfortable, and more confident than ever. If you look back at where the M4 started and compare it to where it's headed in 2026, you can see how much the formula has evolved. This isn't just an update, it's a refinement of everything the M4 stands for. It still delivers excitement, still turns heads, and still puts a smile on your face when you drive it, but now it does all of that with more polish. At the end of the day, the 2026 BMW M4 feels like a car that knows exactly what it is. It's not trying to be something else. It's not chasing trends. It's a modern performance coupe that blends power, style, and usability in a way few cars can. And if BMW gets it right, which they usually do with M cars, this could be one of the best M4s we've seen so far. If you're a fan of BMW's performance lineup, this is definitely one to keep an eye on.